What's up guys, my name is Show and welcome to my channel, Showtime baby! So today I'm going to be talking about vintage fashion, vintage clothing, and also a little bit about myself. If you don't know me yet, I'd like to introduce myself a bit. So I lived in London and New York, and I'm originally from Japan. I'm Japanese, and well, I've been doing modeling for a fashion model for 4 years, 5 years, something like that. Also a personal stylist. So if you want to get a session or like free counselling, just shoot me a DM or leave a comment below. Follow my Instagram. And also I've been working in high-end selected store for quite a long time. Also I do design myself. Oh wait, I'm so sorry. That's very rude of me. Sun is shining out there, so I was like, yeah. Anyway, so that was me, and let's dive right into. Damn. So let's dive right into vintage fashion. And for the record, I mix up together. This is vintage. I don't know. Basically, my jewels are vintage, except this one. Just a cute little wolf right here. It's just big. And yeah, mainly vintage, but I've got like, you know, the stuff from high-end brands, or I'm not really fast fashion guy, but I sometimes buy something cheap, not necessarily fast fashion, you know what I mean, but like some brand that I don't even know, just when I see things like, okay, this is amazing, I'll just pick it up. So not every single piece I own is not really vintage, but mainly vintage. I have so many vintage compared to these like new pieces like high-end or the other brands. So that's the one of the reasons that I love vintage clothes. You can always mix together with high-end pieces or the simple, just, you know, like things from Uniqlo, just like a normal t-shirt or like a normal skinny jeans or trouser. So that's the beauty of vintage fashion. When you find something amazing, like if you go to the vintage store or a flea market, a vintage market, or whatever it is, and if you go there and then try to focus on finding an amazing piece, right? I think everyone has this experience already. Like, you have to be aware because there's so much clothes. But then when you find an amazing piece, like when you find an absolutely fantastic piece, you'll be like. And also personally, I love vintage clothes because it has so much history in it, you know, because we never know that where this came from. Well, maybe that seller can tell you, but usually you have no idea where it came from. And then you look into the tag and then you'll be like, never had this brand. But then when you look into the washi tag, you see like made in Italy, made in France, made in Portugal, which material is it, you know. That's one of the reasons that I love vintage fashion as well. You could know a little details from it, and then this history the vintage clothes has is mysterious and you never find out. And basically you don't find anyone wear the same stuff. If you've got like something bit edgy or like a bit different piece, like not too simple stuff, you know what I mean? And you never see anyone wear the same stuff. Like maybe something similar, but if you wear the new clothing, which is a big company or well-known brand, and then there's highly possibility to like see someone else wearing the same thing. So personally, I love the fact that you don't really find anyone wearing the same thing. And like I said, I mix up together, so not every single piece I own is vintage, but so for example, this is vintage. This is a whole suit. It was €10 from vintage market. Also, it's pretty much cheap. Well, what I mean by that, I don't like spending so much money on timely clothing. I prefer the timeless clothing. From the vintage clothing, from the vintage fashion, it's basically the timeless pieces. And you can always find some timeless pieces you can easily wear for a few years, or if you take care well, like leather jacket or like these kind of suit kind of jacket, you can wear like 10 years if you take it well. And that's what I like, that's what I just really like about it. So my style for the shopping is, it doesn't matter if it's €500, €10, if it's an amazing piece, I would buy it, I would pay my money. But even if it's €10 and then I feel like, let me think about it, then I wouldn't buy it. Because you're wasting your money, you're wasting your clothes, you're wasting your time. Do you know what I mean? Because that's kind of like my philosophy about fashion, because you can always own amazing clothes with like 100 jacket, like 50 coat and stuff like that, but you don't wear them often. You're wasting your money and your clothes. So my philosophy about fashion is, I own a small amount of clothing. And yeah, so that's pretty much my philosophy about fashion and the vintage fashion. It's all about the beauty behind of the vintage clothes, and it's always amazing when you mix up together high-end and vintage. So beautiful. Alright, thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it, and I want to keep posting about fashion. I decided to stay more like fashion mainly and post about styling and some tips and the knowledge that I've got. So please leave a comment below and then give us a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe my channel because it means a lot to me. Alright, love. I'll see you guys soon. Wink!